So hello everyone, today we are going to see, or let's see, today we are going to discuss on some of the news that are circulating on technology field. So we will start with Starlink's global roaming news. So Starlink promises worldwide access for $200 a month for a global roaming feature. So yeah, it's a news. $200 per month is a plan for global roaming. So there is a upfront 599 hardware kit in addition to 200 monthly price, and you will get a refund if you are like within 30 days. You can get a full refund if you return that hardware. And also Starlink is inviting people outside Starlink service areas to try their global roaming service, and but there needs to be regulatory approval. Starlink has also stated its statement on it. Whereas there are other portability options on Starlink. For example, RV service given by Starlink is 2500 for in motion hardware, whereas it's 599 for portable hardware. So RV service is related to RV vehicles. So such kind of portability option has already been deployed by Starlink. And on monthly basis, if you are using global roaming feature, then you have to pay 200 per month. So this is the update on Starlink. So next we will be looking into on news related to AI use in warfare. 60 nations agreed to address concerns over it. Even China is being part of the summit, hosted by Netherlands and South Korea. The Hague, the RIM conference was attended by 60 countries, and Russia was not invited, Ukraine did not attend. So use of AI has been a concern in the warfare, and these countries are trying to bring some sort of framework to limit the use of AI, limit the use of automation in the warfare. This kind of thing were discussed on this summit. You can look into the particular news or this video, REAI REM summit. You can look into the YouTube too for that, over the use of AI in warfare. And the news is from Mac Rumors. Actually, it's a website called Mac Rumor, but there is a news called, it's related to Mac only. So popularity of Gen Z poses challenges for Android on Apple's popularity. So Gen Z people who are like people born after 1996 has been using iPhone and Apple technology extensively. iPads, Apple Watches, pair of AirPods. These are preferred by Gen Zs. So Android companies are like scared of it, and so some sort of report was published by Financial Times. So social pressure and generation shift towards Apple device has been found. So this is also one of the important news. Let's shift to another news. It's related to Core JS chief complaints. Open source is broken, no one will pay for it. So it's related to incentive model on open source. Dennis Puskavar, the maintainer of Core.js library used by millions of websites, says he's ready to give up open source development because a few people pay for the software upon which they depend. One particular statement is that his monthly revenue was like on maintaining it was 2500 per month, but now it has now down about 400 per month at present. So this has been a concern on open source development community. And so it's basically this news says that we are like the things must be discussed upon the big techs, or let's say companies to incentivize this open source maintainers. So this kind of thing has been discussed. Next, TikTok expands access to its research API to non-profit academic institution in the US. So at past it was not there because of connections with China, its parent company's connection with China. It was not giving the access of API, public APIs. For example, the API is like user profile, comment, and the performance data on the user profile comment, also the number of comments, likes, favorite that user receives. This sort of data was not provided, but now TikTok is like providing this access to at least public US public universities for the research purposes. So this is also one of the important news for TikTok, for API, and for US China data related relationship, right? And the news is related to sensitive US military emails being spilled online. So, oh sorry. So a government cloud email server was connected to internet without a password, and anyone with IP address was able to view or was able to, by just knowing the IP server, mailbox data was like sensitive mailbox data was accessed by public. And US Special Operations Command, which is also known as USSOCOM, only managed to bring back that server on Monday, but the vulnerability, or let's say the attack was actually it was a human error, caused by human error, but yeah, it only recovered on Monday afternoon. So it also shows that things are slower on US too, so not just on country like ours. But yeah, it was hosted on Microsoft Azure government cloud for Department of Defense, but due to some of the human error, the IP was exposed to public, and it remained exposed for past 2 weeks. Oh, so open internet for the past 2 weeks, it says. Defense secured an exposed server on Monday that was spilling internal US military emails to open internet for past 2 weeks, and that email was it has a lot of backyears military email expose, a lot of questionnaires filled out, federal, a lot of valuable information regarding military. So that was exposed. That's also one of the news to know about. Microsoft to cap daily Bing AI queries to stop. Okay, so since Bing has a chatbot kind of feature being integrated in their platform now, it's limiting its users to only 50 tons per day. I think it's written somewhere around 50 chat tons per day, no more than 5 chat tons per session. So one session will have only 5 chat tons, and 50 chat tons per day is the limitation on chatbot on Bing. So that is because daily it says to stop bot from delivering the draft responses. So yeah, might be didn't understood particularly about the draft response, but yeah, that's the limitation that Bing is applying on the chatbot. Also, Google asks its employees to train its AI search bot bad. Sundar Pichai, recommends employees to spend at least 2 to 4 hours on time on bad. So it's also important news on Google. Also, EU AI Act legislation vote could be delayed. So things are being delayed on bringing AI Act legislation where AI systems will be like labeled as high risk. AI applications will be labeled as high risk and subject to harsher rules. So rules must be there, but yeah, it's being halted. It's being delayed. Such legislation, but it should come, right? Architects may be replaced by AI. Definitely one's professor. So Florida International University Professor Neil Leach has been warning that architects will be losing their jobs due to AI, because AI has been providing really good, or let's say realistic rendering of houses, building and rooms with text description only, reducing the need to get architects to draw and model their designs. So this is also one of the hot news circulating at today, circulating today. And the news, so this is the fourth last news for today. Norwegian police recovers 5.8 million crypto from massive Axie Infinity hack. So this was 60 million, which is 5.8 worth of crypto stolen by North Korean hacking group. And Norwegian police, I don't know how to pronounce, Økokrim, has it's good reputation of following money. So they have recovered 5.8 million worth of currency, but which was suffering loss of 620 million due to that exposed unauthorized transaction. And a North Korean group was able to perform such intrusion with fake job offer targeting a Sky Mavis employee. With that, also in September 2022, FBI was with the help of blockchain expert, 30 million was stolen. So it was recovered, but it's only 10% of this stolen value. So this is also one of the bigger news circulating today. And there is founder of Wall Street Bets is suing Reddit because Wall Street Bet founder was creating this subreddit on 2012, but later on the subreddit moderators banned him for not following the was not following the rules, and he was like violating self promotion, because moderators voted out him as he was promoting his um, competition, some sort of competition. I'm not quite sure totally about what it was, but yeah, it was on the news some year, I think a year or two back. And but later on, suing the damage of at least 1 million to Reddit, because Wall Street Bet is the name is under the founder, right? The trademark, and the trademark is under the founder, but even the founder is not able to use the subreddit under that trademark. So he is trying to sue Reddit for either to remove the trademark from there, or either to give him the majority, or let's say the main founder. So that's under the lawsuit, which is also interesting news to read. And another one of the really one is really important, and it's a kind of what do we say, it's a actually the website is Mac Rumors, so I'm not sure either to totally believe this news or not. But the register has reported that Google is paying 15 billion annually to Apple just to make sure that iOS Chrome is using Google as its search engine default option. So only for that 15 billion has been paid to Apple. This this action is being performed by Google because majority of its search has been performing on Apple devices. Let's say it says that more than half of Google search business was conducted through Apple devices, and if Google doesn't pay Apple that amount of money, then Apple might bring its own search engine. So because of that also Google is paying that much 15 billion annually to Apple, just to bring Google as the default search engine on Apple devices. So this is also one of the yeah, it's a news, and don't know either to believe Mac Rumors or not. But so last news for today is that Tesla to open US charging network to rivals in 7.5 billion federal program. So federal program was decided by President Biden with the help of this people, laid out a goal of building a made in America electrical campaign for 5,000 chargers will be will come under the federal program. So EV to build the EV network charger, Tesla will be the big part of it, and the supercharger network will allow other companies vehicle to be a part of it also. So that's a part of 7.5 billion federal program. So Tesla is a major contributor on EV station charging station at the moment. 60% of the total US fast charger Tesla has under its control. So yeah, without so only the plug and pay kind of model will be there, and also restaurant hotels will be able to have such kind of fast charging stations under the program. And yeah, the revenue model is the Tesla will have a competitive advantage as it's providing plug and pay model for other company brands to be a part of this charging network. So that's news on technology on Starling. We got a lot of information on Starling, on AI use in the warfare, Apple rumors on Gen Z posing favor on Apple devices, code shift, and open source, concern on open source, TikTok's non-perfect like expanding in access to its API, sensitive UI email has been spelled out on cloud servers, Microsoft limiting on the Bing AI queries. Norwegian police was successfully able to recover 500 million crypto. Founder of Wall Street Bets is suing Reddit for not being able to give him his trademark back. Also, Mac Rumors and the news is that Google is paying 15 billion annually to Apple for just keeping Google as its default search engine. And finally, 7.5 billion federal program has been has been cooperating with Elon Musk to bring its charging network even to all other besides Tesla owners. So this much for today. Thank you guys for watching and stay tuned. Bye bye.